Chappell Roan might just save pop music, but in doing so, she sets her up at a very dangerous crossroads, which is all the more reason why we should protect her. Let me explain. Now, most of you are probably familiar with Chappell Roan. She has been absolutely everywhere recently, and I personally noticed this boom in popularity after her Coachella performance this year. But it got me thinking as to why so many people, including myself, fell in love with her pretty much automatically. And I think it's because she offers something that most modern pop stars, heck, most musicians today can't offer, and that is authenticity. See, most music today follows a very strict formula because everyone is wanting that next viral hit. We're wanting that next viral TikTok song. We're wanting that next viral dance. We're wanting that next song of the summer. And how do you go about getting such a hit? You copy everyone else who has done it before you. And this has such a dangerous consequence because this formula actually does work. At least it works enough to keep people motivated to do it. Streaming platforms and even social media apps will promote this kind of music who follows this formula and completely disregard the songs that don't. This makes it seem like this type of music is popular, thus continuing the cycle of people trying to mimic it. Pretty soon, you just have a whole bunch of music that sounds the exact same. And this might just be a personal thing, but to me, this comes across as very fake. Like, I know what you're doing. If you have a song that has a catchy chorus, I know what you're doing. You want me to dance to it online so you'll get more streams. I know what you're doing. And like, I understand, money talks, alright? And I'm not disrespecting people who are on the grind. But at some point, I can't enjoy a song that I know was made just for money. And I also can't enjoy a bunch of songs that sound the same, because you can quite literally have too much of a good thing. So I think when Chappell Roan hopped on the scene, she offered a breath of fresh air. That's not to say you can't argue that Chappell Roan songs do not kind of fall into this formula, because they are extremely catchy. But I do think there's a level of authenticity there that other songs, especially in the pop genre, do not have nowadays. Not only does Chappell Roan have a unique sound within the songs herself and a style that sounds very much like her and not really anyone else that I can pinpoint. I mean, yeah, she kind of sounds like Kate Bush, especially with the 80s influence, but that's still very much her. Even just the way that she dresses, even the videos she posts, it seems like she's not trying to sell me anything. It just seems like she is a very authentic person. This is how she is. Like it or leave it. Also, she got some big bonus points for me when she was dissing on indie boys.
Indie pop boys, exit out, exit out. I'll say it again. Exit out on the indie pop boys. I don't want to hear it.
What are you saying? What are you singing about?
Finally, someone was brave enough to say it. So I think when someone bravely stepped onto the music scene who was so uniquely themselves and offered something that was completely unique to only them, I think a lot of people latched onto it because we're so used to everyone just kind of copying each other and keeping this weird cycle going. Now, this is where I want to talk about the danger that Chappell Roan is in, because I think she can do some good. I think having musicians who aren't afraid to have their own unique style could set a possible trend for the future. I am hoping that this inspires more musicians to just be themselves. You don't have to be like everyone else to have good music. In fact, you would probably write a better song if you wrote about what you wanted to write about and you put your own influence on it instead of trying to copy everyone else. So I hope that Chappell sets a good example. But I have a feeling the exact opposite will happen, and this is why I'm concerned. I have a feeling that the music industry is going to put Chappell Roan right into the system and take away everything that makes her unique, and I really do not want that to happen. Main target in question, Jack Antonoff. Now, I think recently he followed her on Instagram. No, you stay away from her.
I don't want to see you sniffing around her anymore this afternoon. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Boy, have you lost your mind, because I'll help you find it.
Not that I have anything personal against Jackie Boy, alright? But I do not think that he's the producer that needs to be working with someone who is so unique. Because Jack is a producer, he's a successful producer, whether you like it or not, and he knows the system well. And I think because he's so successful, it has made him comfortable. I especially noticed this with the Tortured Poets department. It seems like both him and Taylor Swift have found a comfort zone that they do not want to leave at all. None of the songs on this last album gave me any inclination that they were challenging each other or trying to push each other to new areas. It was just like, let's do what works. And in doing so, you had a bunch of songs that kind of sounded the same. Jack has worked with a lot of other artists. Most recently, he's working with Sabrina Carpenter, and I am terrified.
You can't keep getting away with
Because I think producers just kind of make clones out of each artist they work with because they know what works. They want radio hits. They follow that formula, and in doing so, they're kind of ruining the uniqueness that comes with music, and I hate it. I really hope that Chappell Roan has the strength to keep her identity and to fight for her unique style and does not fall into the producer trap, does not fall into Song of the Summer trap, because what she's doing now works. Being yourself works. I think anytime you are working in any sort of art, doing what feels right to you and doing what you want to do will give your audience the best work. I myself have fallen into that pit, alright? I'm not saying that I'm like this huge influencer, but I have felt the peer pressure of wanting to do what I think my audience will like. That doesn't always necessarily line up with what I want to do. And I nipped it in the bud right there, because I know that if I was just catering to somebody else always, I would not be happy with myself and I would not be putting out the best work that I could do. And the same logic absolutely applies to musicians. So I am hoping the absolute best for Chappell Roan. Hot to Go has been stuck in my head for going on months now. It's insane. And I really do think that she is a bright light in pop music right now, and I hope this trend continues to go on. What do you think? Do you like this TikTokification of pop music? Do you think that Chappell Roan will be able to change pop music forever? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, please hit like and subscribe, and as always, I will see you in the next one.